What is up, everyone? Here we are on vacation. Hope everyone is having okay. So here we are once again. Let's do this real quick. Orientate my camera. It's good. So I've been doing some stuff. I have been prepping a lot of figures, or at least I'm trying to. That's what I meant. On these vacations, I'm trying to prepare a lot. When I say a lot, I mean like a lot. I want to prep a shit ton of figures so we can actually create a lot of content for the socials and everything. So yeah, let's try work this out. Yeah, try to wrap it up as we go. So sorry guys if I haven't been streaming. I wish I was. I wanted to, mainly because I wasn't streaming. Um, unfortunately, I had a little incident. My +7 I was using to record. Basically, it froze to death, and yeah, not working anymore. So, unfortunately, I had to let it go. I tried to repair it, loaded some dev. I think you can say dev. Some dev files and everything, just to make it, just so I could recover it and it work again. But unfortunately, sadly, the OnePlus that I had was locked. It had a OEM lock, which means that the freaking operating system was locked, and I hadn't unlocked it because I haven't been messing around with it. I was just using it to record and stuff. So unfortunately, I lost the phone, which is not good, not ideal at all. But after some tryouts, and I'm glad I was, like this, I was able to test other stuff, see which one would respond the same way OnePlus did the live stream. And so you guys know, the winner was iPhone. because I bought an 11 Pro iPhone. So yeah, now this is what I'm using. I'm using a iPhone 11 Pro to make it work. Let me just take a picture real quick. Let me just prepare my live stream, not my live stream, my post on Instagram. Put the link. Twitch.tv/. So, as I was saying, out. So, what I done here was I tried a combination of colors that I saw online on some lizards, and it got me wondering, what if I painted my raptors slash T-Rex with that scheme? And it occurred to me it could work, right? So yeah, I thought to myself, well, shit, maybe this can work, and if so, well, that's a bonus, right? So I thought to myself, well, if this could work, maybe, just maybe, what is happening with my lamp here? And I just thought, well, if it could work, then I think it will look awesome. So I tried it out, and I'm glad with the result. I'm glad with the way it came out. Let's add a little bit of black here. This black is really, really liquid. I just want it. I just want it a little bit more thicker, so it doesn't have so much transparency. It's better. And with that, what I'm trying to do at the moment is trying to remove the red from any object or the colors that I've put on the figure. Any parts that aren't meant to have this color. So, like, mainly the ornaments. Mainly ornaments. What more? It's ornaments. Going to remove tusks. Color on the tusks. Claws. Well, because it doesn't make sense, right? Have everything the same color. So I'm not quite sure on what color I'm going to paint. Not quite sure yet of what color I'm going to paint the this ornament for yet. But I think gold and silver would look cool because this has a Aztec flag. So I think that would be a little bit sick. But at the same time, I don't want to put too much color that would not go well with red. But I think gold and silver goes well with red. So I think the win here. I think that's a no-brainer. Pitch. Yo, another thing that I have noticed on paints, I have been trying out a little bit more of the Vallejo paints versus the AK paints, and I have to tell you guys what I truly of this. So for me personally, I like the AK better just because of a number of factors. One of them is the paints in general are more diluted. They are next to a consistency of almost glaze like. They are closer. That's what I mean. So they are not on that consistency, but they are really close. So you don't have to use shit ton of water or thinner or whatever to dilute the paints. That's what I think, me personally. The other thing is the consistency of the paints. So the paints, from what I've tried, I think I only got one bottle from AK that wasn't on the right thickness or whatever. While on the Vallejo paints, I can tell you that I have had my share of paints there where, well, I can say to you that almost every bottle is not the same. It's slightly different, which sucks, right? And this sucks because you want to have like the same consistency on everything, right? So when you're painting, you don't have to remember, oh, for this color was with this thickness, so I have to use less thinner and everything. Not that it Well, if you're a good painter, that shouldn't be a concern, because either way, despite the paint the thickness, you will master the way where you can always get the perfect consistency that you want. But at the same time, that kind of sucks, right? Because if you want to do things faster, you don't want to think too much about it, and you want faster results. And if you are a newbie, like myself, those types of shit just doesn't click right away, and it gets frustrating, believe me, because you are trying to watch tutorials and everything, and they say, oh, use this type of how do you say it? Use this type of recipe, where you have, like, for example, for base color, people normally say, oh, use 1 drop of paint and 3 drops of water or thinner, depending on the paint, of course. But see what I'm going to? If you're using Vallejo, they are so inconsistent that those formulas won't work. Which which for me is a little bit impressive, how a brand, it's so unstable when it comes to their product. Like, the product is not always the same or close to the same. Like, imagine if you would be choosing an iPhone, for example, and let's say the minute you buy an iPhone, it could be the shittiest iPhone, or it could be the freaking best that you have ever tried, and it was like a gamble. You don't want that, right? You want to buy a phone, you want to buy that product itself, and you want it to work right away as you are expecting it to. You don't want to. You don't want to be like a gamble, and I feel that with Vallejo, it's actually more like a gamble, at least for me. So that's why I have been giving it a chance, but it's a little bit frustrating, not gonna lie. That Vallejo, a brand as big as them, does not have this type of concern on their quality control. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys on type of shit. Even if I, on the future, even if I'm for some reason sponsored by any brand or something, if I don't like something, I'll be upfront. I'll definitely be upfront on it, and won't be I won't be giving like false statements on everything. If I think something, if I say it because I truly believe on that product and everything. And I know a lot of content creators, unfortunately, not like they sell themselves to the brand, but you know where I'm getting to. They like, the minute, like some influencers, people on YouTube, they just like to talk bad about a brand, just so the brand can look at them and say, hey, you talked bad about this video. What do you think about me sending you shit, or me giving you this or that? And you remove the video. And instead, if you want, and if you do a promo video about us and everything, and talking good shit about us, we'll give you even more this and that. A lot of people just give up to this, which creates a bad, for me, it creates a bad community. And I've stopped watching a lot of people because of that shit. like when I watch someone, I'm looking for their best, right? I'm looking for their honest opinion on stuff. I don't want to see shit and you know. Oh, another thing that I'm trying to do at the moment, I'm trying to build on 3D. I'm sculpting. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on resin or not, but I'm trying to do a stand or a rest. I mean, it's more like a rest thing. Yeah, I'm trying to do like a rest um, for the brushes, so I can put on my patron, and I might print it on FDM. Not sure though if I'm going to print on FDM or if I'm going to print on the with resin, my SLA, but it will depend on the type of shit I'm trying to do. But I was thinking of doing something that when observed from different angles, you would see the letters of blue ink. I think that would be cool. Brand wise, it's nice. And I want something. This is a tip for you guys. Please stop using it, and I'm going to stop using this shit because I not that I found out, but I noticed that a lot of deterioration on my like a lot of destructive materials were going through my brushes right here, right on the ferrule, because of this shit. When I was using it, if you use like a stand like this one, where the brush is upwards, it will fucking damage your brushes because the water will, even if you soak up the brush like I'm doing here on a sponge or something, even if you soak it up, it won't remove the entire uh, water on the brush. So the water and the pigment will slide very slowly towards the ferrule, towards the metal, and this will make like this. It will make this shit happen. Look, this one already has some bristles separating themselves. Hence why I'm stopping using this, and I'm going to use like a stand that goes like this. So the brush is like this, and like that I can store all my brushes and good brushes on like flat horizontally, and that way the water just runs down. Normally I don't let paint going next to the metal, so it's okay, and the water won't be sliding down to the metal part, which is good. And that way not only just saves time, it will save your brush also, and they will last longer. It's better, right? Because brushes are expensive, bro. They're really, really expensive. Well, I mean the good ones, right? You can always use the synthetic ones, which is fine. I know some people don't use them, but me personally, after I tried out of curiosity, I tried the ones that have fur on it, and my god, it's such a fucking difference. It's like a huge, 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 huge difference. The responsiveness of the brush itself and everything, It's so freaking huge. And another thing about synthetic brushes versus the Kolinsky ones, are the ones with the fur, is if, well, first and not least, the pointy stuff hairs, like the way the hairs are maintain the form of the brush. These ones are way better. Nextly, synthetic brushes don't hold paint the same way. What I mean by this is they can absorb the same amount of paint, but but as soon as you press the brush and you release it, they will just load a lot of paint on the way on the go right away. While when you're using the fur Kolinsky, when you're painting, like if you're doing like a small stroke, the paint will flow. And if you press more harder on the brush, you will release more paint. So it all comes down to your control with the brush. Like if you do harsh press, the brush will release a lot of paint. If you don't, the brush will release less paint and everything. And it goes like that. And believe me, it is a big deal. When you get the hang of it, it makes your life so much easier. It truly does. Because that way, if you're using the fur ones, if pressure enables you to control the release amount of paint, you can do like a small stroke and with just short paint, while with the other ones, you won't be doing that. Like you have to control the amount of paint the brush holds in order to do the, the same type of stroke, right? Uh, so in the tip, they don't maintain the tip as well, the ones. Oh, and another thing um, that I noticed about the brushes are the fact that a brush that it's synthetic, like the bristles, they are too stiff, right? So when you're doing like I don't know if you can watch this, but look at this. If I flick, like the hairs will just go and they shoot paint, which is a bummer, right? You don't want like the brush to hold a little bit of paint, and just because you made a little bit more strength to it, you'll shut down paint all over where the direction of the brush is. You want, while on the Kolinsky brushes, they give you something that you actually want, which is when you're doing like a circle or when you're going through an edge, the bristles follow your movement, and when you stop, it's not like they don't go to the normal position. They do, but it's on a controlled way, and it doesn't just shoot paint everywhere. And that's the best part of it for me. Don't get me wrong, I use a lot of synthetic brushes for using them for this. Like when it's not too much of a detailed um, work, I like to use them because that way I won't be damaging my good brushes as so much. For example, I like to use the synthetic brushes for also for metallic paint. Well, because that way I won't be damaging my good. Sorry, my I had to refill my pot. Getting really dirty with this black paint. Well, I'm just prepping this figure so I can do a small tutorial on metallics and objects. I'm still not convinced on what I should do. Because, like, Saurus, the faction, they use metal, right? But some stuff looks like stone. For example, this shit looks like stone, doesn't it? These three huge blocks of kind of looks like stone. This shit, and this. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense to have metal on one part and have stone on the other, right? So I'm a little bit confused what I should do. Something is telling me that I should go with the metal only, but another part of me is saying, well, why don't you do metal and a little bit of stone? That would be cool, right? I think that would be cool. Oh, I never said the other day, but Isaac, thank you for the follow. Not sure if you're watching or not. Guess not. But thank you for the follow, bro. Anyway, if you see this feature someday that I shout out. The thing was, I didn't have the Twitch, not Twitch, the YouTube chat on, why I couldn't see. Who actually subscribed. Like the Vallejo paints, man, they just dry fucking fast. Even with thinner, even with no wonder even with water and everything, no wonder they have to like promote their retardant thingy. You know, that liquid which you put on the paint so it doesn't dry as fast. But a small horn here. That's another thing. I don't know which color I should do. Spikes or horns or whatever, but I think they are spikes. I'm not sure which color I should do. Not sure. They actually could be black, right? Spikes could actually be black. I think the black on this one look kind of cool, but at the same time, I want to give like a good realistic vibe to it. Oh, missed it. Need a cotton head. Oh, paint and already dried. Like you see, like it. This is the problem with the Vallejo. If it was with the AK paints, I wouldn't be having this problem because I would have enough time for me to, clean. Problem is, I bought already the paints. I want to give them proper use. I bought them, weren't provided or something. Like I think these jaws would really need to be black, to be metal. For example, and this uh, thing that holds like a ring or something should be gold, right? That would be an interesting combination, like having gold rings holding silver stuff. I think that would be really, really cool. Whew, fucking hell, bro. It's fucking hot in here. Let me just take off my... How many degrees are in here? Check. Woo! 23.8 degrees inside this bedroom. Like, fucking hell. I have the, how do you say it? Forgetting the name of it. I have the freaking FDM printer running, and yeah, it's warming up the entire place. And it will only stop, I think it's 3 hours from now. Yeah, it's getting freaking hot. You see how it slowly, when we're doing the color correction and hiding the color from stuff that color doesn't belong to, see how it transforms already the miniature. It really gives it depth and detail when it had the same color. Oh, got a little bit boring. Well, actually, I have to talk with name Nixon. I think it was his name. Yeah, from the last stream that I did, he was online talking with me, and seems to be really into the Warhammer, the board game, and since he has been studying, I wanted to talk with him, see how well the army of Saurus played out. Are they actually good? I don't know. I'm quite curious to know if they were actually good. Because hey, they have some freakingly good figures, really great poses and everything. So yeah, fuck. I have to correct that. Oh, another thing that I found out, guys. Don't be making the mistake that I sometimes tend to do, which is when you're stroking with the brush, use it on a downward movement, right? Don't use it like sometimes I do, where I'm doing like this. The brush is like uh, perpendicular to the surface, and I'm doing like this. Don't do it, because like you see, the initial part of the stroke will be way fucking big, large, while if you're doing a stroke from up to bottom, you'll see that you can maintain the same thickness of the stroke. Just a heads up, because sometimes I do it out of a whim. I don't know why. I think it's those bad habits that I'm still correcting. But yeah, sometimes I tend to forget about it and just do it, which sucks, and I don't recommend. Only if the detail doesn't matter or the way you're brushing won't be having problem because it's a big area. It won't be as impactful. But if you're painting like a really critical area, don't do it. Save yourself the troubles. And if you're always doing like the same strokes, you'll see that the brain, your memory muscle, I mean, not brain, your memory muscle will just kick in over time, and it'll be easier for you. When you notice, you'll be doing the same strokes over and over again without a fail. Was off camera, still learning the position. This iPhone kind of bugs me out. It's a little bit too close. Like here, the camera, and I want it to be like there. Let me just arrange it real quick. Oh shit. I think this. Oh yeah, way better. Cause like this, I can rest my forearms in on the desk. Ooh, ornament I was forgetting about. Another thing that I missed. Okay. Bring to life. Oh, still missing. Head, I forgot about it. I did one side of the head. The other. Sometimes I forget about that. I'll go. Part. I still have to do the teeth, which I also don't know what color I'm going to paint them, and if I'm going to do blood or not. But the probability of me doing blood on the teeth and everything is huge because I like that effect, and I think it looks good. Actually, doing blood effects on the even the saliva effects. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like those saliva effects where people use UHU glue, make it thicker and everything. Fucking looks insane. Really looks like saliva. And looks like blood or something. It's running down from thing. Oh, touching the subject of the brushes again. I forgot some. One thing that I noticed that it's actually the same, and I was hoping not to be for some reason, but it is. If the synthetic brushes do not, if you do not like uh, rinse with water from time to time, they will do the same shit that the normal ones do. Not the normal ones, the Kolinsky ones do, which is they will dry out and the paint won't flow as good as it was flowing before. What this means is that you need to keep the humidity level on the bristles of the synthetic brushes for them to work properly. And for some reason, I thought that would be a perk of only the Kolinsky ones, but it's actually not. The same shit on both brushes, type of brushes. Sadly, this mistake was on the red side, so I can cover it easily. Paint on both sides at the same time. Get like that. Right. That's another advice that I can give you is when you're painting one side, paint right away the other. Because if you did something new or something like that, or something that you liked, you can mimic right away. And if you leave like one side to work on later, the probability of you forgetting or not being able to achieve the same result drops like crazy. So keep that in mind, guys. I sometimes don't do that. Like I was not doing that on stream. And those are some small details that I think are really good for you. Because it all depends on how carefree you are as a painter, right? Myself, I like to paint like a little bit here, a little bit there, do that kind of shit. And sometimes I spot a mistake like I have seen now, and I like to correct it right away so I don't forget about it. But if I paint everything from one go, that just saves me time, right? So the eyes I like to paint black first, so I can keep like a rim, a dark rim around the white that I'm going to do afterward. Oh, you know what color of the eye would be good here? It would be good like a green, really intense green. Another thing that I'm not doing, but I'm going to, is when you have paint on your fingers like this, on the tip of your fingers or something, please fucking clean it. Just grab a little bit of a cotton. I like to use these cotton pads to remove makeup and everything. I like to use them. Just grab a little bit of alcohol, just remove it. Because sometimes that paint dries out, and if by any chance you are grabbing the miniature like I was, or touching it, sometimes the paint can, you know, unglue from your skin surface and stick to the miniature surface. So right there, you end up with a new spot. And when I say spot, like a dirty spot on the figure, and you end up bringing the paint job. So you don't want to do that. your hands nicely clean, so it doesn't affect your results. So I was here the head, constantly forgetting, interrupting, not forgetting, but talk left a blob of black paint. In oh, and tomorrow it won't be a normal stream. Like tomorrow I'll be doing some tutorials and practicing some some techniques like metal and everything. And I think it would be good for you guys to watch it also. And as I'm trying stuff, I'll be providing like feedback and everything. And hopefully you won't need to go through that process because I'm already providing some knowledge. Not knowledge, but experience. Or something for you to avoid, whatever. You understood. Another thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not using a wet palette, mainly because I'm trying something new. When I say this is I've been trying to use like a palette, but a dry one, already painted with the black primer that I used to prime the miniatures. That way, when I'm doing the first layers and everything, what I see on the palette is exactly what I see on the figure, the mini, right? So this is something that I learned from Tommy Soul. Great freaking painter. Like I love his job, but above his job as a painter, he's a hell of a teacher. What he teaches you guys, like insane. And his book, just freaking insane. Believe me. And I totally recommend it because hands down one of the best teachers that I've seen when it comes to miniature painting, because he makes you think. He makes you think. Actually, some stuff that he talked about and he tried to give awareness, I already knew, mainly because I like to do an intensive research on whatever subject I'm working on. And since I have been doing the painting on the miniatures and I want to get better at it, I have been doing a lot of research, intensive research. And some stuff he already teaches us, that he teaches us, I already knew. Not to brag myself, I already knew because I've seen other people talking about it, and I tried and it worked. But really, guys, please be book freakingly she good, really, really. Oh, that I think that is good. Belongs to thingy. Yeah, teeth, tongue, ornaments. Fuck. I used too much force. Okay, it's time for me to drop. I'm gonna drop my synthetic brush here. Up. Uh, put this one. Just grab a little bit more paint. Running out of paint here. Ah, I want to be using this one. Tip. too long. For something with a smaller tip. I have so many long bristles and oh, actually, oh, portion, right? It just gives another life to the picture. Having these details blacked out, it gives you like a really better perspective. Shit. Just made too much strength on it. So the bottom part is actually, huh? Completely forgot about that shit. Well, I have a lot of mistakes to hide. Just grab. So the bronze that I used on my T-Rex was this one for the red, This one for the middle transition, the Barbarian Flash as the highlight. Oh, I just remembered that I have another tip for you guys. One is when it comes to the water pot changing mine. I'm a little bit sick of this pot from Citadel, from Games Workshop, mainly because Games Workshop, like the circle, this circle, for me, too small. I like it. I like the metal cups that you can buy on Amazon and everything. They have like some really good aluminum uh, cups for 2 to 3 euros, something, and they are larger in terms of the circle, which allows you to make bigger movements without on the sides of the pot. So basically, it's better, and you are not being so rough on the on the brush itself. Because one thing that I noticed while I was vacation, away from home, I mean, and on vacation, was that when I was using that pot, was really better for me. Was so smoother, clean the brush and everything. So believe me, guys, it's cheaper and it's better. And these tiny details, normally people don't tell it because it depends on the preference, right? So now that we are done with the black, time for us to pick these ones. Holy shit, broke this. Sorry, just kidding. Because I was cleaning today. For some reason, I forgot to clean it here. The dust that sometimes gets out onto the paintings. And we don't want that, right? Don't want any nasty dust going into the paint or into our figure. That's another another cool advice that I can give you guys is to be aware that you have to keep a clean space. Like if you don't, you're gonna have consequences. Those being like some tiny dust particles and everything can fly and will drop on your paint, which you will pick them up with your brush without noticing. And as well as they will also lay down on your figure as well. And if the paint is drying, like I guarantee you, will stick to the paint. And my bedroom, unfortunately, is between two windows, which makes like a wind current. and it kind of pisses me off because there's a lot of dust. My room builds up out of nowhere, so I have to be constantly and removing any dust particles I can find and be as thorough as I can possibly be. Don't mind the shaking. It's just me using the Vortex. And the iPhone 11 Pro doesn't have, well, it does have, um, it does have the image stabilization, but it's not as good from the OnePlus. So these paints, as you can see, they are air. They have air on it. When they do have this on it, it means they are already diluted, so you don't have to be water and everything. They're already diluted to the point where you can use them on an airbrush right away, which is actually awesome. So now I'm just correcting some tiny little details. Find there's, remember, not being too harsh with the brush so I don't create more mistakes. And remember, I just want to raise it, raise them mistakes I did with the brush. I want these details to be as clean as possible. So when I'm actually painting the areas that I should be painting, like metals and everything, I already know what areas I should be painting. Uh, if I have everything well aligned, that will save me not only trouble but time. So here, top this. Like, I don't mind if the red touching the black. Mind If the red, no, if the black is touching the red section, but I don't want that. Shit. Dropped. I think I handled most of this ones on the red. I might say this, I always find a mistake place. Now with the dark brown line, take there, no mistake. Oh, and here. Way easier to clean with this brown. Brown itself is not transparent as the and the one the red is transparent. A little mist part at all. I think part also. Yeah, it's not a metal. So now onto the lighter one. Shit. Oh, I did it there. This one is dark brown. Now on the beneath part. There are some imperfections here and there. Not so many. So hopefully. part day of the tail. Keep with you guys. So it's always good to have like a small cotton head with a little bit with a little bit of moist on it, so you can right away just clean some imperfection that you might. I tend to find it them really way. There it is. Perfection. Trying to find out. Here. Can't. Okay, so onto the lighter tones. Correct these parts here. Where the synthetic brush slipped away. I don't think I have more imperfect. Got to be darker. Yeah, and I think we are done with the prepping of this T-Rex. Look at that shit. What? Found a new one. Not an actual imperfection. But still, at this looking gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's do real quick. A little bit of black. Black that I use. Really excited to. Which I'm going to. So one is ready, guys. Finished another one for now until we pass on to steps, which will be metal skin. So I think the part leather beneath it should be like a stony metal. I don't know, stone metal. Thinking it might be metal. So I'll do like metal, then the ropes, the beads, tiny ornaments. So maybe trying to figure it out, but yeah, all things considered, I think I'm doing a pretty good job here. And everything, it's thick, really thick. It's looking gorgeous, and yeah. I'm going to put this piece right here, just fill out a little bit. So tomorrow I'll be doing the tutorials, as I've said to you, of will be actually 2 tutorials at the same time. So one going to be tutorials of El Miniaturista. For this one, for the Sebastian. What was the full name of the character? I don't remember, but I know it's Sebastian. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be doing from El Miniaturista also the tutorial of the Krieg soldier. Really cool figure. I love it. Love the Krieg minis. I'm actually thinking of buying the command squad. Not thinking, I'm going to. I'm just waiting for some refunds and everything. I also have two new editions for you guys, which one is the Necron. Looking really good. Art damage and everything, really good. And this one, the Librarian guy, also really, really good. Nice details. Really nice details. Really, really happy with this one. And I'll be doing all these meets. Tomorrow will be a really intensive paint job. I'll be using a lot of airbrushing, and I'll put my airbrush to use, which is awesome as well. And I'll be using simultaneously the airbrush paints from Vallejo and some from AK as well. Also, I just wanted to show you guys something that I've been trying to print, something that I told you guys at the beginning of the stream, which is the brush holders. So this one's go like this, and one like this. Again, it actually has two more in the middle. Has two more in the middle, but essentially already put some brushes. I'm not going to, otherwise I'll have to do it all over again. But this is what I've been trying to print, which is something really cool, and this way you can actually store your brushes horizontally, which is awesome. I love this idea, and it's just freaking awesome. And the brushes will stay on their respective drawer without being on the way of possible injuries or damage. So guys, thank you very much for watching. It was really great to stream to you guys as well. Fortunately I have to go. It's really late for me here in Portugal, and tomorrow I actually have to wake up really early to help some relatives of mine. So yeah, guys, thank you a lot so much for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers and followers that I had. And let's keep up the great work. And tomorrow I'll be doing those tutorials and trying to understand some paint techniques, as well as metal and everything. So yeah, thank you so much. You, sir, are going to be banned. And yeah, guys, see you tomorrow. Peace. Have a great night.